I think I've got the heavy end here, Jay.
I think you have, actually. Left a bit. Go on, left, left.
In the repair shop today,
My main concern with this is lots of movement in those joints.
Will attempts to get a broken toy rock steady.
If they're not strong enough, then it's going to start breaking apart. And you've got children sitting on this. It needs to be incredibly safe.
And Team Bear employ their usual eye for detail.
My gut feeling is if we give him one eye, he's going to look squinty.
OK, 2 new eyes it is. Thank you.
First, Jay's looking forward to putting Master Cobbler Dean Westmoreland through his paces.
You must be good at running. You've got long legs, haven't you?
I'll give you a race if you want.
I'll beat you.
You
I'll
think? That's a
no,
challenge.
I don't think I know.
You know, confidence.
Dean is about to be tasked with restoring a prized possession of Neil Scott, who's accompanied by his granddaughter, Saadia.
Hello.
Hey.
How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So you've got some shoes in the bag, haven't you?
Yes.
Let's have a look at these shoes.
Well, these are the shoes that I had made to measure when I was sprinting in the 1940s.
Nice.
Nice, yeah?
Very nice.
So where did you get these made?
Well, my parents had them made, actually,
Right.
for me. I was 17, and my parents weren't particularly well off.
Right.
But they insisted on my getting the best pair of spikes that I could have.
Did you win much?
Yes,
She's nodding yes. Right.
I won the Amateur Athletic Association
Yeah.
100 yards in 1948 and again in 1949. I did national service. I was posted to Germany and I won the British Army of the Rhine Championship 100. I worked in the civil service for 42 years, represented the civil service, and on one occasion ran against Norris McWhirter, the Guinness Book of Records champion.
Did you win?
Yes, I beat him.
Wearing these, yeah?
Wearing these.
And how many races have you won wearing those?
Oh, a dozen at least.
You're just saying a dozen like it's nothing. Like, a dozen.
Yeah.
I've seen the medals and heard the stories, but it's nice to be able to connect the stories with the shoes.
And then your connection to the shoes. You're not going to want to wear these, are you?
No, I don't think I'll fit in them.
OK, that's cool.
Myself and my brother took up athletics because Grandpa was so good at it. It's something special to us because it's like a connection between us and Grandad.
You've inspired her and your brother.
Yeah.
You must feel super proud.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Yeah?
My words.
Grandad turned 90 last year.
You look good for 90, man. No, nice one.
He's a huge inspiration to all of us, so these are going to be passed down to keep in the family and to hopefully tell future generations about all of his successes.
Of course.
So what would you like Dean to do to them?
The result of extensive wear was that.
All.
Wow.
I'd like to see them restored if I could. The age of them makes that a pretty difficult job, I would say.
I'll say.
Thank you both for bringing these in. I know Dean's going to have a bit of a challenge. I can already see it on his face.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. You
Bye.
take care now.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. This is like cardboard.
Yeah. You can see they're beautifully made, though.
That's the colour it used to be. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's a red,
Nice
isn't it?
red, is that, isn't it? There's a tear on this as well. So, yeah, I'm puzzled at this point how I'm going to reattach the leather because getting a needle through that, it's just kind of going to go to dust.
Really? You're unsure how you're going to repair it?
I'll figure it out, though.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah. I think it's quite incredible that these have been kept for so long by Neil. Want to preserve all that history and Neil's love for running. So the damage is quite extensive, particularly on this right shoe. The tear down the right side, it runs all the way back to the ankle. The tricky thing here is it's a turn shoe, so it's made inside out. A turn shoe is very, very refined work, very fine stitches. The soles can be very thin and very flexible. but it's also very, very strong. Thinking about the forces that this shoe would go under while running. So a turn shoe gives the lightest construction with the most strength, really. To re-stitch this while it's the right way out is bordering on impossible, really. And the leather's so dry, I'm almost scared to work with it. So this is quite a challenge. I think the first thing to do, though, get a cleaner on there and just soften this leather a little bit. Leather has pores because it is a skin. Those pores can get blocked and clogged. So this is like a deep cleanser, but I would not use it on your face. So visually, you may not be able to see much difference, but I can certainly feel it. The leather is slightly more supple, so I feel a little bit more confident working with it now.
The next arrivals are Sheree and Paul Walker from Windsor.
Hello, how we doing? Come on in.
They're looking to Will Kirk's woodwork skills to save a racy toy that's hit the skids.
Hi there.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good, thanks.
Now this, I've never seen a wooden motorbike before, have you?
I've seen smaller ones, but this looks pretty unique.
So this is a rocking motorbike. So like a rocking horse, but obviously it's a motorbike instead.
Okay, right. So where's the bike from?
So this was given to our children from my father or their granddad as something to play on when they came to visit.
Yeah.
They used to love going and visiting, and, you know, he'd always be telling them a joke or play with something like this.
What's your dad's name?
So my dad's Bob.
Bob.
Yes.
So how did it get to be in bits?
The bits, that's my fault. What had happened is he'd become quite unwell, and he'd had vascular dementia for quite some time, and they moved quite a lot of medical equipment into their home.
The hospital-style bed needed to take up the living room. So unfortunately, it ended up in the garden under tarpaulin, protected from the weather, but obviously we didn't know the damp getting in.
What was wrong with it? Was it just wobbly or what?
Slowly, bits were coming apart and the rocking bit was sort of coming loose.
Rusty nails had started snapping off, and I thought rather than injure the kids, I'd fix it. That was the wrong decision.
You took it apart then?
Yes.
Yeah.
To make it safe because it was moving about?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The thing that was really sad was that shortly after, Bob sadly died, and I felt guilty that I couldn't fix it.
Yeah. Sorry to hear you. Tell us about him. What type of guy was he?
He was a passionate motorbike lover since he was a young man. And throughout my whole childhood, there was always a motorbike, from repairing motorbikes to even racing them. Some people that he met led him to join the team racing in the Isle of Man.
Is that the TT? That is really dangerous.
Okay.
Fearless, I think.
I
Fearless.
couldn't do that.
In my teens, he started getting into sprinting,
What is
a
that?
three-wheeled racing motorbike. There was a sidecar that went with that one. Such a bike needs to have a passenger.
That's right.
That hangs over the back wheel, but not somebody too heavy. Like a 16-year-old is just perfect. So,
No.
so I ended up being,
Really?
I ended up being the passenger on a few sprints that we did.
Okay.
And yes, he always wanted me to ride a motorbike, and if he could pass on the that passion onto his grandchildren.
I think he was really proud, wasn't he, that Alice, our youngest,
Yeah.
had said that she wanted a bike when she gets bigger. So
Really?
that for him was an achievement.
That's good. So it has passed down somewhere in the generation.
Yeah.
Yes,
Good.
I think so. I know that he would have been wanting to be a lot more active with the children,
Yeah.
but he was sort of getting too frail by the time they came along, that he wasn't really able to. So watching them play was really nice for him.
Yeah.
The memory of Bob and his biking,
Yeah.
it's just lovely to be able to talk about those things and to not sort of hide away from grieving and missing people,
Yeah.
but to celebrate that life.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing it in. It's been a pleasure to have our first rocking motorbike in
It's the
park.
first.
Yeah?
It's the first.
I like it.
Thank
You
you.
take care now.
Thank
okay.
you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
It's cool, isn't it? Just working out what goes where with the base. It's been taken apart, which is probably a good thing because I can't believe it was being held together by these really thin nails and some glue. My main concern with this is getting the base back in good order. The fact that it rocks back and forth, there's lots of pressure and movement in those joints, and if they're not strong enough, then it's going to start breaking apart and become very wobbly. When you've got children sitting on this, it needs to be incredibly safe. The bike itself is in pretty good structural condition. The varnish on the surface, though, has started to peel off. There's lots of dull patches, and I think that's the paint underneath the varnish. So that needs to be removed, cleaned up, and revarnished. The handlebar is incredibly loose. That needs to be permanently fitted in place. The base, all of the paint needs to be taken off, all the old nails need to be taken out, and that needs to be glued and screwed back again. In order to do that, I'm going to sand it all back.
Now the leather running spikes are supple enough for their marathon repair, Dean is calling on all his traditional cobbling skills to work out how to fix the right shoe's terrible tear.
My idea is to use some red leather and hand sew it onto there. Once that's in, I can then turn that, and then the upper I can bond onto the other side. To try and keep it original as possible, I've decided to make my own threads. Can't really thread that through the eye of a needle. Before needles were made or invented, they would use boar's bristle. Boar's bristles are quite hard to get. We now use fishing line because it's more easily accessible. You would wax the ends of your thread and twist them onto the end of your boar's bristle. It can be a little tricky to get started. I make a hole in the base of the thread and I feed the head of the bristle through it. Pull that tight and that should secure it. I just create a fine point, almost like the head of a needle. And we're ready to sew. So the first one is always tricky. I don't want to make this tear any worse. I think this is an element of my craft that I do enjoy, and I love keeping these ancient skills that were passed down to me alive. So I've got one thread and two bristles. That allows me to do what's called a saddle stitch. If one side of the stitch was to break, the other side would still be intact. The strength it creates can't really be replicated by machines. Now I've got that first stitch in, it's easy to see how that's going to work. This might take a little bit of time, but patience is key with jobs like this. So I'm really happy with those stitches. I think they're really strong, and it's just a case of gluing this band. So I've chosen to use a neoprene glue, which is extremely strong. Once that is glued, it will not come apart. So yeah, you only really get one shot at sticking this. Because the upper leather is so delicate, I wouldn't really be able to pull it back off if it was in the wrong place. I'm happy as far as I can be for now. But as it goes on, I will try and perfect the shape and get it to how I think it should be. So I'm just going on to the sole here. I need to get some of this surface rust off the spikes. So I think the wire brush is the best option. You can already see the silver's really coming through really nice. And you can see the maker's mark and the patent number. The last time Neil probably saw these spikes in this state when he got them out of the box ready to run. It's really quite satisfying to see.
The next visitor to the barn is Tom Rollerson from Bristol.
Hello, welcome. Yeah. Do you want to come on through?
He's brought a lifelong companion for the attention of toy restorers Julie Tatchell and Amanda Middleditch.
Hiya.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
I'm Tom. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And this is Blue.
Hello, Blue.
So I brought Blue with me today because I've had him for 33 years. I had him first in an incubator when I was born because I was 10 weeks early.
Wow. Wow.
So one of the first things my mum gave to me.
So 10 weeks premature.
Yeah.
That's incredibly early.
Yeah, I was that small that my mum had to buy dolly clothes. Oh. And she couldn't touch me for 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Goodness.
He links us both together, really. Whenever I look at him, I imagine what my mum and me went through. We had to have an emergency cesarean.
Okay.
And if they hadn't, we both would have died.
Wow.
I was without oxygen for a few minutes. And the brain damage has caused my disability. My diagnosis is cerebral palsy diaplegia.
Right.
So everything on my body is fine apart from my 2 legs. And the bit of my brain that's damaged sends the messages to my legs to work properly.
So, what are your very first memories of Blue?
I remember him sitting when I'm eating my dinner in front of the TV, next to me in bed, keeping me safe. As I've got older, he's always in my bedroom.
Yeah.
He's always somewhere I can see him.
Yeah.
So he never leaves me, really. It's kind of like having a little angel, do you know what I mean? It's
I do.
And obviously he has protected me, but I'm healthy today.
Yeah.
But also he just represents like never giving up and always wanting to be the best person I can be.
Definitely. Yeah.
I know it sounds weird when you're 33 that a teddy bear is so precious to you, but he really is to me.
It doesn't sound strange to us at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
And also being able to have that connection with my mum is a lovely thing too. Yeah.
So you're very close to your mum?
Yeah, very, very. She lives 5 minutes away from me. She doesn't want to be any longer than that away from me. But I love her very much.
So what would you like us to do for him?
As you can see, he's been through it a little bit. Obviously, he's got an eye missing, his nose is coming off, and his fur's had better days. And also a waistcoat.
A waistcoat?
Any colour or style that he likes?
I like purple,
OK.
so maybe a purple waistcoat.
OK, I'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
I'm leaving him in you two's lovely hands.
We will look after him, won't we?
Thank you.
Definitely.
Bye, Blue. I'm leaving you in a safe place. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Bye now.
Take care. I'll get the door for
Bye.
you.
So, thank you.
I'm really rather loving this bear. I am. He's my colour, for a start.
Definitely is your colour.
He needs a really good clean.
Yes, definitely.
I can see and hear how beautiful and bright he was. I hope we can get some of that colour back. There's obviously damage where his eye was, but we can fix that. It's whether or not we have to give him a new pair to get a good
Okay.
match. His nose, I can see the indentation where a nose just like that would have been.
Yeah?
Yeah.
OK. If you're happy to get on with blue, I can get on his waistcoat.
Good idea.
Yeah? Purple?
Yeah.
I'll go and see if I can find some fabric.
Well done, thank you.
Will is working out the best way to make the rocking motorbike sturdy and safe for young riders.
I've sanded all the flaky paint off the base, and rather than nailing it back together, which is how it was put together in the beginning, I'm going to glue and screw it. That will make sure that nothing moves. This is an incredibly fiddly thing to glue and screw together because of the rocking motion. Whenever you're trying to hold a piece of wood, it wants to move the other way. I'm going to leave that to dry. In the meantime, I'm going to look for some paint. Well, there we are, nice and shiny. I'm going to put that to one side. I can make a start on the bike. Originally, I thought the bike had been painted with a glossy paint, but actually, it's been painted with a matte paint and then finished on the surface with a varnish. The varnish hasn't actually stuck onto the wood or onto the paint, which is why it looks really flaky and damaged. I'm going to scrape back all the flaky varnish now and paint over it and replace it with fresh varnish. Well, I've managed to remove all of the original varnish. The bike isn't actually in a sort of off-the-shelf red colour. I've had to mix up different reds, add a bit of white, add a touch of blue. But the areas I can see that are starting to dry over, it's really tying in well with the rest of the bike.
Outside, Dean's restoration of the vintage running spikes is nearing the finish line.
I've waxed the bottoms, polished up these spikes. The red has come up beautifully well. These shoes have seen a lot of action. This is indicative of Neil's glory days, winning so many things as he did. And I think it's important to keep the shape of them. So as I always advise, you should have a pair of shoe trees. Now these are going to be a tight fit, so this is a real test of my hand sewing and my repairs. I was worried when they first came in that I wouldn't be able to do justice to them. So to come all that way and see them like this is quite a proud moment. I just hope that Neil is as happy as I am.
Made in the 1940s, these old-style leather running spikes were badly disintegrating, and it appeared their race was run.
Hey, up, Jay.
Look at them.
Yeah, they come up all right, haven't they?
Wow. Well, they've got a bit of body to them now, haven't they?
Yeah, look like a shoe.
Good one, yeah. Nice one.
Along with granddaughter Saadia, 90-year-old Neil hopes his spikes can stand testament to his achievements on the track.
There he is. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good, thank you.
Neil, you're smiling already.
Oh, yes, I am indeed. It's so long since these spikes split that I'm anxious to see them in its original state.
In an original state?
No pressure
Not a
there.
pressure, yeah.
That's a lot. So that's the state when your mum and dad bought them for you?
That was something like that.
Should we start again?
Yeah.
Dean?
Shall I do the honours?
Do the honours.
Wow.
Oh, my word.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
They look amazing.
70 years since I saw them in that condition.
Yeah?
I never expected to see them in this state again.
I was dubious.
Was it a lot? Was
You've
it
done
tough?
A
Yeah.
remarkable job.
Thank you.
Remarkable job.
I can't even remember which one had the hole in now.
That's astounding.
Yeah, they've come up nice.
So, Neil, do these take you back to that time when you was winning all those races?
Yes, it does. They were halcyon days, those.
Yeah.
The whole family's going to be amazed to see them like this.
They are indeed.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Yeah. Well, thank you for bringing them in.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed for,
Thank you for the
all your
opportunity.
skills.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Thanks.
You.
Take care now.
Yeah.
See you
Bye.
later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I only wish that I could make use of them. But I think those days are long past.
Our family's so sporty that the running spikes are a symbol of that, and it's great to not only have been able to get them repaired for you, but also for everyone to enjoy the stories, seeing the running spikes as they are again now.
It makes me very proud, and I'm very grateful for everything that's been done.
Bear repair pair, Amanda and Julie, are hard at work banishing the blues and getting this bear back into a purple patch.
After 4 washes, this is what we got. I am so delighted at how vibrant Blue looks. He's lovely, absolutely lovely. I've worked on reinforcing some of the seams inside that were just beginning to go, but the main bit to address is this nose and muzzle area and the area around his eye. The fabric that Blue is made from has a knitted back, and that means it will run into ladders. So what we have to do is stop that ladder by making a few small stitches at the point where it's run to. I've nearly finished the stitching that's going to prevent this laddering any further. My intention is to reinforce it just with some felt, close it all up, and then reintroduce his new eye.
What I love about putting patterns onto graph paper, each of these squares is a centimetre, so I can actually put my measurements directly onto here and I don't have to keep measuring again. So that's the middle line here, and then I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and a half. And that is half of the width of the back of his waistcoat. So now, by folding the paper in half, I've actually got a perfectly symmetrical pattern. So now I've got to make the front panels, and then I can start transferring it onto my fabric.
I've got to make a big decision. This original eye doesn't give me any cause for concern, but matching it is the problem. I love these little boxes that Amanda and I have. They're full of a real mixture of different eyes, and the only brown ones that I've got, I think might be too pale. Let's have a look. Oh, I really am unsure what to do. Amanda, I cannot find a perfect match. I need your help.
My gut feeling is if we give him one eye, he's going to look squinty.
OK, 2 new eyes it is. Thank you.
I've just got Blue back from Julie and he looks amazing. This is the point where I actually see if all my measurements are correct and if everything fits him. Fingers crossed, Blue. Get your arm in. I love this colour against the blue. Purple and the blue, it really pops. He's going to look so good. When I was a child, my mum used to make things for me and I'd have to try things on with pins in. I hated it and there was always that bit of getting it off, you know, and all the pins sticking in. Ugh. Anyway, I'm really happy with that. When it's a waistcoat, I like to leave a gap in the middle so their little paunch sticks out. I think it's really cute.
I've varnished the bike now, so all the paintwork is finished. One of my final tasks is getting this handlebar glued in place. I'm going to pack the hole with tiny pieces of wood, and once it's dried, it's going to be solid. I'm using wood glue that has a kind of elasticity to it, so if the wood moves or warps again, it should move with the wood. I'm using a really soft wood to pack out these gaps. The great thing with that is I can tap it in with a mallet. The more wood and glue that I get in there, the tighter the bond and the less likely it's going to fall out again. That is nice and solid. Just with those 2 wooden pegs on either side, it's made a huge difference. Right, I'm going to cut off the excess wood now. There we go. All I need to do now is fix this onto the rocking base, then I can get this racing back to Paul and Sheree.
Sheree's dad, Bob, bought the bike for his 3 adored granddaughters to enjoy, but the years had left it listless and going nowhere fast. Now Sheree and Paul are back with youngest daughter Alice, hoping it has many more laps ahead of it.
Hello.
Hello.
Hiya. Oh. Lovely to see you both. And who have we got here?
So today we've got Alice.
Hello, Alice. Nice to meet you. I'm Will.
Hi.
Hello. You look very excited and a bit nervous.
Yes.
What are you hoping to see?
Well, definitely put it back together again and in a usable state.
It would be lovely to just to see a bike that can be rode again by the girls.
Yeah. OK, let's have a look.
Are you ready? Oh, gosh. Wow.
That's incredible.
That looks so amazing. Look, Alice.
That's fantastic.
Wow.
Oh, that's incredible. Look how shiny it is, Alice.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Nice and shiny.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much.
An absolute pleasure.
Yeah. I think my dad would have been so impressed in the detail that's come out now. He was very keen to get me on a motorbike, hopefully riding one myself, but he never quite got there. So the thought of, you know, at least his grandchildren sitting on a motorbike, he would be absolutely delighted to know that. And his enthusiasm for motorbikes is going to be passed on. Yes. It's amazing. What do you think, Alice?
Good. Ready? Look at that.
Go on in. Go on in. Go.
Are you ready?
Woohoo!
There you go.
Fantastic.
How fast it goes.
Show us how fast it goes.
Can it go very fast?
Oh, look at that.
Let that go.
That's amazing.
That's really
Works on
fast.
its own too.
It does work on its own, doesn't it?
Look.
Oh.
Now that's ready to take home, but I don't think that you can rock it home, so I think Daddy's going to have to carry it.
I'm going to need to carry this one back.
Well, it's lovely to see you all.
Thank you very much.
And enjoy.
We will do.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank
Alice.
you.
Bye.
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 It just looks absolutely amazing. It did bring it back of the memory of when my dad first presented it to us and the delight of watching his grandchildren enjoying themselves.
And to the fact that they can now get on it and ride it and enjoy it fully, it's fantastic.
Toy restorer Amanda has almost got Blue's bear-sized waistcoat all sewn up.
I am really enjoying doing this. I've just concentrated on this waistcoat. I've put my all into this and yeah, I'm really pleased with it. Wow. The blue and the purple look absolutely amazing. They really complement each other and I think he looks fabulous. He's just great, isn't he? Julie's done a fabulous job. I think Tom's going to be really, really pleased when he sees him.
Tom's mum gave him Blue Bear as he lay in an incubator, a tiny, premature baby. He's been a constant companion ever since, and a daily reminder of the deep bond between mother and son.
Welcome
Hello,
back.
Jay.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
In you come.
Hello.
Hello, ladies.
Hello. Welcome back.
Good to see you all.
And you too.
So how you doing, Tom?
Excited.
Yeah?
A little bit nervous, because this means the world to me. It's always been a part of my life.
But he had to be here to be repaired, didn't he?
Yeah. He was quite worn out. He's 33 years old, so yeah, he needed a bit of TLC.
Yeah.
Oh, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Go on, Chili.
Oh, wow. That's like brand new. That's probably what he looked like in the incubator as well, so thank you very much.
You're welcome. Come forward and give him a hug.
That's brilliant. He's got a waistcoat.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you, ladies. Thanks a lot.
You're very, very welcome.
And you went with purple as well.
We did.
They do listen.
You've even fixed his nose as well. His fur's all looking good, so...
Yeah. How does it feel to hold him again?
Quite emotional, really. It just means the absolute world. And to have him, like, brand new, just, yeah, puts a smile on my face, so...
When you brought Blue into us, you spoke very fondly, obviously, of your mother and how you wanted him to represent your love for her.
Yeah, she's an amazing woman. Yeah, I love my mum very much. So I'm hoping getting him restored actually shows her that she's been a fantastic mum to me and she turned me into the man I am today.
I'm guessing that she already knows that.
So, Tom, it's time to take him home. You ready?
Yeah, I am. And I just want to say a massive thank you to you all.
You're really welcome.
There we go.
Good idea. All right, I'll get the door.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you again. Bye.
Bye, safe journey.
Bye, Tom.
Thank you.
Bye, Blue.
When I look at Blue Bear now, he kind of gives me like an inner strength. He represents healing, happiness, and also it represents my love for my mum as well. So every time I look at him, I feel happy.